Other now, let's start with the questions. Friday we did it. Why? No, I'm not telling. Why are you leaving this level? How to know the current run level? How to change the run level temporarily? In it? In 5? Yes, sir. How to change the run level permanently? Okay, another one. So at Sunday, yesterday not came for class, sir. Why, sir? That you decide correctly. That you should inform correctly. Inform your coordinator. Otherwise, they can't add in both the back. Yes, sir. What are the types of run level? What are the types of run level? One by one. Okay. Not this. Can anyone try that? Can anyone tell me all?
Init 1 is single user. Init 2 is multi-user without any network connection. Init 3 is command line. Init 4 is not used. Init 5 is graphical mode. Init 6 is remote. Init 0 is shutdown.
Yes, sir. How to know the currently logged in part? How to know when is my server installed? How to know when is my server installed? Time. When is the server installed? Madam. How to know when is my server installed? Update is a command. How to know what is the command you have to know? Last command. Last command you know that it is my server installed. Next person. I would like to know from date of installation. The another thing I want to know. 8621 batch. They can't able to again you come back to try to come to my batch, it won't possible. That is clear. My batch is going to start after 3 months only again. After 3 months only, there is only that 30 people are waiting. From 70 people are waiting from 3 to 4 months. Correct? Yeah, you will fix your batch. Again, you inform your coordinator, come out of the group, otherwise they won't add you. They won't add you. You tell your personally, I want to be the weekly batch only. I want to be clearly inform and get it done today. Otherwise, they won't be happy. They won't keep you. They will keep as that you are attending weekend only. They won't add another. Okay, keep in mind. Again, if my batch will start after 3 months from last week, September, after September, after October. Okay. Please again you can come within these weeks. Be clear. Yes, sir. I would like to know how many users are logged in on July 25th. Count of users logged in on July 25th. The question is simple. On July 25th, how many users are logged in? Count of users logged in. No idea. No idea. No idea. I would like to know count of users logged in on July 25th. Count of users logged in. Practice ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ sir. Can you close the door? I would like to know the count of users logged in on July 25th. On July 25th, I would like to count up to the round. Right, sir. I would like to know the count of users logged in on July 25th. But you know, everyone should not follow the no. At this time. Who commands are currently logging? ನಾನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು July 25th ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ? What? Before what pipeline? Who command currently logging ಇರೋದು? ನಾನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು July 25th.
Last pipeline July. Last pipeline July 20.
Last command is the history of login details on date of installation. On date of installation server, last command will show. Yes or no, sir? Last pipeline graph of July 25th. It shows the history of login on July 25th. This is very clear in the point. Yes, sir. What is the difference between single greater than and double greater than single? So, greater than. क्या पेड़ की तरह किसी तरह का नॉनसेंस दो में होता है इट इज द आंसर
सिंगल eventually enter only one day.
single and double greater than
Single greater than creates a file, or double greater than appends the first file
append the
created next.
single greater than always going to create a new file. Double greater than going to verify whether file is existing or not. If file is existing, going to add a content to the same file. If file doesn't existing, going to create a file and add a content. You madam. I want to write the append command. Who command output into a file called as Praveen.txt. Append who command output. I want to write into a file called as Praveen.txt. Okay, sir.
Then greater than the text, two double greater than.
Correct. Yes, sir. What is the how to reverse the content of the file? Okay. Yes, sir. What how to verify previous command is successfully executed or not?
If it comes to zero, it is.
ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ zero? On the command is going to execute to get it to zero or not? Correct. Yes, sir. How to change the run level permanently? How to set the run level permanently? How to set the run level permanently? It is in time the file responsible to change the run level. Yes, sir. Which is the first process getting started in the Linux server. Please, if you ask a question, don't reduce your voice, please. You need to answering, right? Saturday, Sunday, come and 100 down. Not practicing, that's the thing will happen. You should be focused on what you're doing. What is the idea for it? Okay, next person. What is the difference between kill and kill? Weekend and T-shirt. Today of the weekend. Sir, tell me.
Process ready.
Okay. Very stuck. Okay, today. You madam. Kill life on 9 and P kill life on 9. Next, how to verify? You sir, you check. How to verify how many users are present in my server? How many users are present in my server? How to know how many users are present in my server? How to verify how many users, or I'm not talking about login. I'm talking about how many users are present in my server. That can be answered. So, how to verify how many users are present in my server? First, how to verify, how to know how many users are present in my server? Cat etc password file. How to verify how many user particular user user noಡ್ತೀರಾ? The created user knows the user ad. Where you verified user created or not? Cat etc password file. Cat password will show how many users present in my server. You made it. How to know whether pass we all not practicing not going to work. Don't be relaxation mode. A lot of people are jobless after 10 to 15 years experience. Not easy to get it. Even if you get by reference anything, you can, if you're not putting in hard work, you can't sustain more. That is very clear picture. I'm not making up, right? I'm just helping you that questions so it's easy for you. I'm not here to pressurize. I'm asking question to help you, not to pressurize. Please keep that in mind. If you're not practicing, not going to answer. How to verify password has been set for the user or not? Chat. You. How to verify particular user Praveen is present in the server or not? Super. How to change the user ID of an existing user? How to change the user ID of an existing user? Madam. My question is how to change the user ID of an existing user? Next person. How to change the user ID of an existing user? The user called Praveen. You can verify user mode -u. User mode -u. This user ID, this user name. User. What is the difference between the saving the files in /tmt and user home directory? Don't think.
Last entity means access to all the users and home directory only one user.
What's the special you get? What's the thing you get by saving home directory? Security. That you should tell, right? That you should tell boldly. The same answer you should tell boldly. What is the answer you know? Tell it. ERP everyone can access. Correct? I created you people also can access in the same server. Home directory will come under /home podcast the user being. Correct? Only that user only can access. No other user can. Yes or no, sir? Please practice it. Not going to work so easily. Please put effort. Linux is completely commanded. No, until you type the command, you will not get confidence. That you be very clear. They say no, nothing, no, don't feel like I'm coming from other background. I'm slow. I'm coming from non-IT. I'm coming from this. Everything remove from your end. Everything everyone can achieve. Everyone has a time. Only the final thing is hard work matters. Not talent, not smart, not skills. Only believe in hard work. That only take you longer way. I have talent, I have skill, I have good communication. Communication, then not communication is enough. The communication can't take for longer way. Only you can bluff marketing things. Sales. That thing can only if you are interested in marketing. Everyone can achieve. Please be confident. I'm trying to give the content, not to pressure. Anyone feeling any issue with my, I'm asking questions? Open sir. No, even if you tell also I do. I don't mind that one. My continuation will be safe. I want you to go with the full of confidence when you go out of class. When you go out of the course. Linux is mandatory. For I'm teaching on Linux, AWS, Java, everything, but Linux is the art. Only if you know Linux, you can do. Very particular on the spot. Let's start now. Observe what the user I created. July 19. Friday, right? Friday, what is it? I don't know. So 19, right? No. Observe, sir. Now. We discussed about how to create a user, how to change the user ID, how to change the group ID, how to add the caption, how to change the home directory. What is the advantage of the home directory? How to change the shell, how to change the shell permanently, temporarily, everything we discussed. Yes or no? No. Today we are going to discuss much more details. Kindly log in as a July 19. Put session, one session should be there. Another duplicate session, July 19. Log in. No. You can log in, sir, please. Yes, madam. Not happening means. Give continue, please. Ask him. Station player I told you. Later. Other work in front of you. have a station player. You need to copy the shortcut. You install VMware Application Pro that will auto expire for 30 days. Other than now. Other now? No. July 19, everyone logged in. Correct? Do everyone verify PWD? This class on July 19. Correct, sir? Do everyone is class on July 19, sir? At July 19 logged in, right? Now do ls-latr. Now do ls-latr. Okay. You're able to see lot of files, sir. You're able to see lot of files and folder. How's that? These files and from where it came, I told last class also, but I repeat once again. How these files are came? The files are all copied from the etc shell, not shell. Whenever user is getting created, 4 changes happen in Linux server. You get an entry etc password, etc shadow, and one directory created under /home by that username. And what are the files under etc shell? Will get copied to user home directory. What are the files under etc shell? You'll get copied to user home directory. Yes or no, sir? So only this all the files came. Got my point? Yes or no? Okay. What is the functionality of this file that I'm going to discuss? You're able to see bash profile, bash RP. Bash profile is the, please understand. Bash profile is the first file is only file going to execute whenever user directly log in. What is direct login and indirect login? Direct login is nothing but when I open duplicate session or a new session, right? That is direct login. We need to switch user. That is indirect login. I repeat once again, please keep your mind here. When you open duplicate session or new session, it's a direct login. When you do switch user, it is a indirect login. To prove you, I'm going to do, please observe. Right now, please observe. I'm going to do who command now. I'm getting how many sessions, sir? 4 sessions. July 19, only 1 session. Now I'm going to open another session. Please observe. No need to do. Just I want to make you understand. I log in once again, July 19. Type book once again. Another session came now. 2 sessions, July 19. Yes, sir. Now I'll go to root user, sir. Root user is the switch user July 19. Root user can log into any user without password. Right? 19. Correct? ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಹೂ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ getting my point sir direct login is nothing but duplicate session or new session correct switch user is nothing but indirect login switch user is nothing but indirect login now what was I was telling bash profile is the first file going to execute whenever user directly log into the server. I repeat once again bash profile is the first file and is only file going to execute whenever user directly log in to the Linux server. Correct, sir? Now, think like whenever I log in, I want to perform particular action. Please observe. When I log in, sir, when I directly log in, I have one task. Please. When I log into Office, sir, when I go to Office, I have a few things need to be done before starting the job. That is server. Before going to client environment, when I open the session, I need to perform the few commands, 50 commands, before performing the client action. I want to work on the production. Before executing the production, there is a list of 50 commands I need to execute when I open a new session. ಇವಾಗ ಮಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೆಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆದಾಗಲ್ಲ 50 ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ every time you need to execute 50 command then you need to do is little bit hectic and you also get bored yes sir daily if you have the breakfast uppit all everyone's favorite like sir all yeah Anjanath like yes sir correct it will get bored right but the thing bash profile what will do as a statement I done bash profile is the first file going to execute whenever user directly log in. What is the default action need to perform? 50 commands what I told, right? Need to perform and mentioned in the bash profile. So whenever I log in, it will auto execute it without any human action. It's like automation. I repeat once again, bash profile is the only file going to execute whenever user directly log in. Direct login is nothing but duplicate session or new session. Indirect login and that switch user. Correct? I want a few commands need to be executed. When a few commands, any action need to perform in the server. When I log in, I want few action need to be. I already go to sir. Login as well as ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Manual ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. All the things I got to mention in the back profile. When I log in, it will auto execute it. That will be a lot of time. Correct? After logging, you need to manually execute 50 commands. It will take on 30 minutes. Instead of doing that thing, you mention that command in bash profile, you go on empty, it will be auto executed. Just like you are ready, you can go on work. What I want, sir? That I am going to show you first. In doubt, sir? In doubt, please confirm me. That I am going to do now. Praveen having one condition. Praveen having a condition like I want to execute free command or who command when I log in. Aditya having a condition, when I log in, you want to execute the last command. Karthik having a condition, when I log in, you want to execute W command. Riyaz having a condition, every user having a complete right to define what they want to execute it. Here no need to contact root. I have a right to decide what I need to do, what I want to execute when I log in. Prime on condition, EIM on condition, EIM on condition. Getting my point, sir? That's how to do it. We'll see. Clear, sir? Now I'm doing it July 19 only. Now I'm doing it July 19 user only. Any doubt, sir? Amen. Any doubt? Then Vim dot dash underscore profile. I'll do it first. First I'll do it. I'll give enough time. Don't worry. I'll give you enough time. After this thing, I'm going to give 5 minutes for you. You can do it separately. First, observe the changes. As a July 19 user, under class from July 19, I'm opening the file bash profile already file is there. That is automatically created. I'm opening. Don't worry up this entry. I'm going to discuss this entry tomorrow. Made one statement. Bash was the first file going to execute when a user direct login. Whenever July 19 login, I want to execute the uptime command, who command, and I want to create a one file. Sir. Uname command output na one file same martini. What's the date today? July 21. Okay. These three will be automatically executed whenever July 19 directly login. That I'm going to show you. This will execute only when user login, directly login. Now I'm saving it, but it will execute when directly login. Then I need to open the new session. When I open new session, uptime and who command will be auto executed, and there will be file called as a July 21.txt created. To prove you, I'll do ls-8 here. There will be no file called July 21 here. ಯಾವುದು ಫೈಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಹೊಸ ಸೆಷನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ನೋ ಅಂತ ಅಪ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತಾ ಸರ್ ಅಪ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ and there will be file get created July 21 ಇದೆಯಾ July 21 yes or no sir yes sir ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ uname command output ಇದೆ Linux ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ uname greater than I given. Getting my point? Yes? No? Clear sir? Bash profile is the, anything you want to do after logging in. We doesn't require user input. You want to perform few actions. We doesn't require user input. You already know what you need to do after logging in. At the time you can mention bash profile. So it will, when you log in, automatically it executes. Bash profile is the only file going to execute whenever user directly log into the server. Direct login andre duplicate session ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ new session. Switch user ಬಂದು indirect login. Switch user ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿ. Switch user execute ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ root user ಅಲ್ಲಿ exit. I'll came back to root user now. Root ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಾ? To verify you, who am I? Correct sir? Indirect login. Indirect login bash profile won't execute as I told you. Now switch user to July 19. It won't execute anything. Correct or no? Yes or no? Yes, sir. All are sleeping, sir? No? Wake up, right? Okay. Do it now. Later, please. Alright? As a July 19 user, don't do it as a root user. Vim dot bash profile. File you don't need to create that file will be there. You should be under home directory. Wimpay dot go to the last line. After line, you can mention free command also. Don't mention top. Top never go to end. Direct to do, don't be. Direct to do. I think July 19 only, not as a root. Every user is completed to decide what they want. Any doubt? Enter the comment, sir. Here it should do, sir. Here you save it, execute, open duplicate section. Afterward, it automatically gets executed. Everyone should do. Anyone regarded, let me know. Save the file, open duplicate session. After editing this thing, save the file, open duplicate session will automatically execute it. Be active. Save the file, escape to current WQ. Any command you can execute. Open duplicate session. Open duplicate session, login at the July. Open duplicate session, login at the July 19th. Command should execute one like that. After saving, don't click the CD down here. Okay. What's the don't speak, please. Don't speak. Don't speak. You're doing it. Don't do. Password was going here. Oh, you should log in July 19. Exit the command, mention the command, save the file, SK50:WQ, open duplicate session, that command will be executed. Who are done this thing, can you turn? Who required help? I am going to come. Let me call 10 people who have completed 10 years. People who required help, I'll come. You should do it as a July 19. Not as a root user. Dot back and the profile. Comment and expect. It's okay. Time. Comment put it. After editing the बड़े सेशन बदला सबका सेशन ओपन लॉगिन आइए थोड़ा लॉगिन ಎಂಟರ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು File greater than 20, getting any packet greater than 20 then after file then what is the answer? Yeah. One minute. Any doubt? Any doubt, sir? All done? All done, right? Adana. Yes, sir. Vijay. Adana. Come back, come back, come back. Bash profile is the first file, only file going to execute whenever user directly log into the Linux server. Any action need to be performed automatically whenever user directly log in. You can mention bash profile, so you no need to do manually. Like automation only, automatically execute. Getting my point, sir? No. We have another file. What is this all the entry will come to know tomorrow. Don't worry about it. This all the entry I am going to explain you tomorrow. This export file. Complete one class we are going to discuss. Clear? Observe now. Now, there is another file called as a bash RC. ಹೌದಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ತನಕ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕೊಡಿ confusion Nandan clarify now. Now bash RC. What is bash RC? Please observe. Bash RC is a file. It's going to execute. Theoretically, it's going to execute only in the indirect login. But practically, it's going to execute both in direct and indirect login. Direct login is this register combine, duplicate session, new session. When you do switch user, that's the indirect login. In 99.5% production, we are not going to switch user. Why? Because you can't log in from my ID to your ID. You're not going to share your password to me. Rule, no one can log in. Production, no one will be getting the root access. Root can log in to any user without password. Production, no, only data center team, L3 team, architect team. Only these three teams are having the direct root login. Correct, sir? Understanding? Now, bash RC is a profile. Bash RC is a file going to execute whenever user indirect login. That is switch user as matra. Theoretically. But practically, it's going to execute both in direct login also, indirect login also. Also, I'm going to clarify. Bash profile execute agado, but in direct login, switch user agila. Correct, sir? Yes or no? I required voice, sir.
Yes, sir.
Without voice, I can't speak. Good coverage. Then, bash RC execute only during the indirect login, theoretically. But both direct login, indirect login, practically, how I'm going to help you out now. First, I'll do it. Later, we will do. Please keep your mind here. Understood, sir? No. Please observe. No. I'm going to do bash RC. I'm going to add a command. I'm going to do first. Let me do afterwards you can do. Better I'll add an echo statement also. I want this statement printing from bash profile. This statement you no need to do. That's for your understanding when you watch recording, it will be more clear for you. So I'll print one statement. This statement printing from bash RC. This statement printing from bash profile. I'll put you no need to do echo and all. Okay. Below commands from bash RC. ಅಲ್ಲಿ uptime ಮತ್ತೆ who command ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Same command don't give, okay? When you're doing, not now, later. I'll give free command and uname command, not uname, date command. Okay? Echo. This for our understanding only, is not compulsory. Bash profile to add ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Bash profile already added, but I added. You no need to do the statements, okay? Echo below comment from echo end of done, sir? No. What was statement? Bash profile is the only file going to execute whenever user directly log in. Bash RC like this, both in direct login also, indirect login also. I told. That I'm going to conclude you now. Please keep your mind here. Now, I'll open duplicate session. Don't do now, please. July 19. Bash will execute only in direct login. Bash RC will execute both in direct login also, indirect login also. Now I open the duplicate session. Then Bash RC also. Very good. Bash profile alle time ಮತ್ತೆ hook command. Correct? So indirect login ಮಾಡೋಣ. Take my root user. Now ಅವಳೆ switch Q90 ಅಂತಾಗ ಏನೋ execute only bash RC command. Indirect login sir. Bash RC execute both in direct login also, indirect login also. Bash profile execute only in direct login. Bash RC command ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಂತು. Understand my point? Yes? No. Got my point, sir? I repeat once again. Bash profile execute only in direct login. Bash RC will execute in direct login also, indirect login also. Now, once again. In beginning of the class today, I told one statement. Bash profile is only if I going to execute during direct login. I told. Then I changing my statement now. Yes or no, sir? I told bash profile is only if I going to execute during direct login. But bash RC will execute after direct login only. Yes or no, sir? Now also I stick to my statement. Bash profile only going to execute, but inside bash profile, bash RC is called. Bash profile file, bash profile is calling bash. That's the thing I told. Theoretically, bash RC will execute only indirect login. Practically, it executes direct also indirect login. Inside bash profile, bash RC is called. So only first ನಾನು execute ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ first bash RC ಬಂತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ bash profile. ಅವರ bash RC ಏನು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ bash RC ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, so first bash RC ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಬಂತು. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Getting my point, sir? Yes. Now you can mention any command in the bash RC. Bash RC. Try with direct login also indirect. Don't mention same command. Bash profile ಏನು mention ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರೋ that command don't mention. Other than bash profile command, you can mention. Try both direct login also, indirect login. Direct login is a duplicate session. Indirect login is a root session in the switch user mode. Yes? No? Hearing sound only.
Yes, sir.
What is this? Huh? I'm motivating like anything. It's not getting motivation. Huh? I have a requirement. I want to explain. You are a separate user. You want to explain. Good user can do. But what the user I have a requirement. What I want to do. Not login. Bash profile is there. The user root get the element you want to I want it to do. You want it together. Each user can in the you want it there. Bash RC both in direct. Root can do. Not any everything you want to do. You can do well. Yes, sir. Bash RC, you can execute. You can mention any command, sir. End of the after the end of the after all the things, end of the file you can mention. No need to mention this echo command or all. You can mention any other command. No need to mention this echo statement, sir. No need to mention echo statement. Mention any command in bash RC, close the file, open duplicate session. you will getting bash of the command also, bash of the command also. Then root section in the switch user ಮಾಡಿ July 19 ಗೆ bash of the command ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. Sorry now. So you should put in the casting command. Very difficult. Can you become okay? Bash shall be executed direct talking and indirect talking. The bash was executed only direct talking. Bash token executed direct login. Bash shall be executed direct and indirect login. Because why bash shall be indirect login? Bash shall is mentioned in bash profile. Bash profile is calling bash shall. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? Getting there? Anjana. Yeah. Getting there? Any doubt? Any doubt here, madam? Getting understanding? Clearly, what the answer is, madam? Huh? But nothing what happened. Or putting types of activities. Bash to bash when you go to direct login, bash profile is execute. Indirect login, bash is both direct login also. First one is the bash application. Second one is the bash. When you do switch user, only bash command will execute. When you do direct login, bash profile, bash both commands. If nothing has been mentioned, bash only bash profile. Hold and what extract directly. Who will make you test it? Clearly, clarify me correctly. When you open duplicate session, bash profile, bash both the command will execute. When you switch user, only bash command will execute. Clear, sir? Correct? I repeat the statement once again. Bash is only file going to execute whenever user directly log into the Linux server. Bash will execute direct also, indirect also. Inside bash profile, bash is called, so only when you open duplicate session, bash also get executed. Clear my point? Yes? No?
Yes.
Still who are pending? Who are pending, sir? Anyone? I can't understand face expressions. Everyone done? Yes? No? Yes, sir? Now, we have another file called as a bash logout. Yeah, another file called as a bash. Sir? Yes, sir. Shashank, sir, what is it? Huh? Arsha, like named as the Shashank. First time when I told Shashank, he agreed with that name. Bash logout. Okay? Bash logout as the name itself suggests it will execute when user logout. Login adaga bash profile with the bash ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Logout adaga bash logout. Simple. Correct? But 95% in the production time we are not using only this thing. It's not useful also. It will execute when you use the logout. When you log into Facebook, you are seeing friend profile. You want to see immediately logout. You are able to see your friend profile. You are seeing friend profile, sir. You log out from Facebook. You are able to see your friend profile now?
No.
Yes or no? Yes, sir.
Friend profile.
Yes, sir. That's the thing, guys. You logged in, you are seeing friend profile, log out. You are not able to see now. That's the thing action. Bash logout will execute whenever user logout. That means you can't execute a command. To execute a command, you require active session, sir. Uptime command to free command, you get display madbekadre, you require active session, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you want to display any command, you require session. Logout will execute. If you mention uptime free command, it will execute, but you are not able to see. Why? Because you don't have a session. Yes or no? But you can execute a command and save that command output to your file. File save ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದೇ display ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Understanding? Yes? No? Correct? Bash profile execute when a user direct login. Bash RC will execute direct and indirect login. Bash logout will execute when a user logout. But if you not have display output, but we are not finding that much advantage in this, but we are going to do it. Understand? It will execute when a user logout. It will execute the command, but you are not able to see. But you can execute the command and save the output to your file. You can do. Saving the output to a file you can do, creating file you can do, but it won't be able to display whenever it logs out. Correct? Because you won't be having active session. Done? Yes? No? Clear, sir? That we going to do. Please apply. Morning, right? Observe now. Please observe, please observe, please. In bash logout, I'm going to mention as a ಇದು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. I'm going to mention date greater than file called as a kp.text. Going to automatically execute the date command, save that output to a file called as a kp.text. Uptime command mention ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಆದರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. It will execute it. Command will execute, but we won't have session to see. Yes or no? That's the thing. One thing we'll do. Now, I'm in July 19. I'll log out. Log out adna. I'll have another session. This is root user. Okay. I'll go and have another session. Here only I can do ls-lat here. What is the kp.text should be created. ಬಂದಿದ್ಯಾ? kp.text. kp.text ಅಲ್ಲಿ date command output ಇರುತ್ತೆ. If you want to delete a file, if you want to create a file, you want to backend action something you want to perform, you can add it, but you'll not be able to see the output. Bash logout will execute whenever user logout. You won't be having active session to display the command output, but you can perform the action and you can save in some file or folder. Bash profile, we have active session. Bash RC, will have active session. Bash profile execute when a user login, direct login. Bash RC execute both in direct login also, indirect login. Clear my point? Understood? Yes or no? Please do it. Bash logout ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Anything whichever you want. What you want to do, you can do it. You can mention command also, command won't show. Mention ಮಾಡಿ exit ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ನೀವು. Exit. Getting my point right? Nandan. Sir, your name sir? I forgot that, so I don't feel I made them one thing. I won't do that type of thing. You mention command also, but it won't go into. After saving, exit you should do. Exit. Exit the session. Exit the session. Bash logout is a sir. Dot bash underscore logout. Exit. Check in another session. That file will be get created. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Any doubts, sir? All done? Who are done? Can you turn, please? Mr. Raman? No, sir. Done, sir? I repeat once again. Please come back. Bash tuple is the only file execute when a user direct login. Bash has to execute direct and indirect login. Bash logout execute whenever user logout, but you can't mention any command. Can mention, but it won't go to show any command. You can perform backend action. Another important file now, bash history. So already ನಿಮಗೆ gap ಇದ್ರೆ during last command I told. During last command, please observe, sir. One second. Then sir, done right, husband. Yeah. Bash history on file, sir. Correct. I gave a small hint during last command. I told on festival was there. Someone rebooted server. Mistake, story you remember. That's the problem. That is the thing is going to happen. Correct? Bash. Last command, what it will show, sir? It shows the history of the login and logout details from the date of installation. I told during Sons of Festival, few users are logged in. Somebody rebooted the server, but nobody ready to accept who rebooted. Correct? Then it comes to L3 team to identify client has complained, server got rebooted, downtime was there, would like to know who rebooted the server. Anything mistake happen in the production, everything will record it, I told. They come with screenshot, I told. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. That is the bash history. Bash history command contains the list of the command executed by the user. Cat modify now. Cat space dot bash underscore history. Cat space dot bash underscore history. Cat space dot bash underscore history. Yes or no? It contains the list of commands executed by you. Production will come here date, time, minute, second, milliseconds also. So nobody can escape. If they want to catch a person, they will do it. So why I am telling this thing? When you do mistake, please agree. Don't try to manage. Otherwise, instead of only me and you discussion, I mean, now it go to a mail. 100 people's mail will go. One-to-one discussion happens. You will get famous by he only went down time because of him only 10 minutes down server. No. That's not required. Mistake will happen. No company can run without mistakes. It's not trying to do mistakes also. But intentional mistakes should not happen. Getting the? That's the thing. When you do mistake, please agree. Tell to your team leader or senior. They will convey it. Don't tell to your manager. Tell to your team leader or your senior, they will convey it as per this. Okay? If you didn't do this thing, mail will get circulated. Next time any small mistake happens, so everyone in mind, you only. Maybe you only done it. He is not telling, you only done it. That's the thing will happen. Not for me it happened. I know I done this type of thing one time. So only I am telling you. What is the mistake I done, I am telling you. Clear, sir? The last mistake contains the list of command executed by the user. Ivaga. July 20th, 10 AM server got rebooted. I would like to identify. We told this scenario. What we can do? First, I need to find out July 20th, 10 AM, how many users are logged in? In Martivi, last pipeline grep of July 2010, 10 AM. I get a list of users. In each user home directory, bash history file will be there. How many users are there? What are the command executed by each user in the user home directory? Under slash home username / of in that home directory .bash history file will be there. In that I can identify. Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes.
This can be into question also. How can you find out who rebooted the server? Last command, first you need to identify how many users are logged in at that particular moment. First user sound user home directory bash history file. There you can identify. Understood my point? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir?
Yes.
Any confusion here? Only one thing I missed out. I need to show you how to set the password. Password setting I informed you how to set a password, but user can only set his own password. If you know his current password, for Facebook password, ನಿಮ್ಮ password ಗೊತ್ತು your current password. You can change your own password if you know your current password, right? That I'll show you tomorrow. That and echo dollar path. Important thing is bash profile path is there. That I'm going to conduct it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be completing our user administration and we'll be starting group administration. Group administration another 2 to 3 days. It will get completed. Getting my point, sir? Sure. Please practice and come. Okay.